Off and on the clock, week 6 preview for Underdog, Battle Royales, Pick'ems. We're going to do the whole shebang here with John and Nez. I'm Pete. It is time for Off and on the Clock, the definitive week 6 preview. Let's do it. All right, let's go, fellas. Excited for this show. This is a unique week for me because normally when we come on here, I've done maybe like 5 or 10 drafts, like really starting to rev my engine. This week I am, I think I'm like 70 or 80 BRs deep. Had to get a jump on things. Felt like I've been too rushed these previous weeks, drafting just one at a time. This week I'm feeling dialed, ready to go, ready to break down this slate with you guys.
I'm impressed. I mean, I was in there. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing a similar thing, Pete, where like I've been doing way more BRs typically than I do early in the week. And yeah, I noticed I saw you in there, and I'm like, oh, Pete's in here. I wonder if he's like streaming. And no, you were just putting in work. So I noticed it. But yeah, no, I've done similar things this week. I'm like, I need to be way more intentional about these BRs because yeah, I really want to improve my ROI in the six person BRs.
Yeah, I think the thing that I like waiting late in the week because I get all of my thoughts and I do the shows and I talk to you guys and Jam and Yuta and I'm like, then I develop my game plan. I'm like, all right, this is how I want to attack the slate. The issue is that coupled with trying to cram things in, I think I'm just building like lower quality lineups, whereas I'm gonna hit on a lot of stuff early week, and I think the sacrifice of not having like the perfect overall portfolio but drafting really good individual teams is worth it. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have a few blind spots in my portfolio, I'm gonna miss a few stacks I would like to get otherwise, but I'd rather just draft good teams is where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm. This is also kind of a unique it's a unique good get in early week, but the field isn't treating it as such because like the ambiguity with all the Q tags and like the lesser game environments and this sort of thing, like less consolidation around the chalk outside of like the first 10 picks. It's a really cool week to get in there before people. So it's kind of nice that your real life plans aligned with a week that sets up this way as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just at the point where I've had only one winning week through 5 weeks, and I'm just like trying to land on something that involves me in the green on the dog app. So that's where I'm at. Let's talk about this slate though. I definitely feel, I think it's kind of a natural progression as the season goes on. There's injuries, situations get more clear. I just feel like there's like less viable options than the first few weeks. So in a way, I feel like the decisions are constrained in kind of like a good way. Like it's hard when it's just like, dude, there's 19 clicks I could make here and they all seem pretty good. But what is your guys' kind of slate overview here as I kind of pull up the ADPs?
Yeah, another ugly slate, I think, objectively, in terms of like the game environments and the players available to us, and I'm struggling with some of these scroll down targets. I think the best place to scroll is wide receiver, somewhat evergreen, but I think in a big way this week it's really hard to find running backs that can go 1v1 in projection with the chalk RBs, in the front of boards. So been pretty difficult to get unique angles here. But yeah, I really like some of the wide receiver scrolls quite a bit. I will say, like the ones that I am scrolling to, I really like. And then QB as well, man, is just like so flat that like I'm really curious what the top scoring like if there's a have to have it QB on the slate. I am like really curious who that might be and how that takes place, because yeah, it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of ways to get creative on this slate, but maybe you guys can open my third eye in the next hour or so.
Yeah, I agree with you in some respects there, Nez. I think QB is like a really good scroll this week because we just take like the super duper elite rushing ones off the slate. So like you're playing more of like game environment based quarterback than you are playing, this isolated quarterback can run for 3 touchdowns and break the slate all by himself. A little bit of archetype in that, maybe arguably in Drake Maye. And that's why we were kind of all over him on Wednesday. But like outside of that, man, like if you just layer a couple, I think this is the most combo mapping week in terms of overlap we've had this season, because people are playing the same stacks over and over again. They're playing the same game environments over and over again. All the redacted stuff and all the S-word stuff is going to funnel you to being like, play this isolated game environment. And it kind of sets me up in the BR streets to just be like, let's just run everything naked this week and see what happens. And just try and hit like an isolated ceiling outcome and slap the nuts together, because I think everyone's playing densely correlated this week in the 6-person.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, Dak Prescott, ADP of 14.9. And then it's a drop off in that we have Baker, Herbert, and Maye. And I think you can include Stafford in this range as well. It's so funny. I do have some of the kind of like real-time ownership projections from In-Game Syndicate and Run the Sims in here. And this checks out. I don't know if, for me, at least anecdotally, but Drake Maye with a higher ownership than even Herbert and Baker, even though he has a lower ADP. And like, I mean, the chat's going crazy for Drake Maye. Like every spot you talk about, ETR's projection is high on him. Like that might be the most fake ADP there is on the site, because he's going 100% of drafts right now.
Well, you can see it come to life in the 12 persons, because he's QB2 in the dog bowl ADP. So,
and I will say to your point, John, I do think I think I've drafted a decent amount of Drake Maye teams. I think I have like 11 or 12 in the big BR, and the majority of them are naked Drake Maye. I think the Diggs ADP is kind of crazy as is, but the combinatorial stuff with Maye is going to be outrageous. I think Henry's fine, but kind of similar deal, that I do really think like the way Maye wins the slate is probably in naked fashion.
Yeah, I'd agree with you in the 6 persons and the 12 persons. I think you just find a stacking partner in those ones.
For sure. Yeah, I've not been in the 12-person streets, so feel free to give any other color to the differences there as we go. What do you guys make of the Dak ADP? Like, have you been getting there? Not that there's a ton of opportunity cost, but it also still seems pretty frothy.
I don't like it at all, so I'm not getting to it at all. He might be a full fade for me this week. I have a lot of trouble getting to 100% own Dak Prescott, who, in terms of like passing yards this week, looks not much better than like Bryce Young. So why would I chase that? I think that's tough, man. For me, it just does not feel like a good play at all, based on the 100% ownership, based on the ADP of like when you have to take them. Not that like CLV matters a ton in BRs, but it kind of matters a lot in this week, because like there's way more noticeable drop off from like round by round than there are in normal weeks because of how thin it is. So like, yeah, Dak's awesome. I do not want to take anything away from Dak, but one, just like passing yards wise, doesn't pop off the page by any means. And two, like I've been telling John for like 5 weeks now, like the Carolina defense is just not as bad as people think. Like, are they world beaters? Absolutely not. But like, they're not the worst by a long shot. They're not the worst. So yeah, I just think it's just an easy fade spot.
I wouldn't be that harsh on it. Like, I was building some Dak stuff today. I like Dak in a vacuum. I like the game environment stuff in a vacuum. Do I think he's overpriced relative to the rest of the slate? Yes, I agree with you. That's for sure. But the thing that you got to just be really concerned about with the Dak stuff is there's only like 3 ways to play him. You know, we're not going to get CD with that Q tag at the back end of draft boards. There's no Ryan Flournoy in the player pool. We're not going to get Turpin. Nobody wants to scroll the F down to Tolbert in 6 persons. So what's going to happen over and over and over again is just going to be Pickens plus Dak, or you get the falling Q tag of Ferg plus Dak. And because his ADP is 14 and there's like a pretty clear line in the sand after Devontae Adams in terms of projection break at like the wide receiver and like second flex position scoring, that you're going to see so much of that 101 and 102 paired with like Dak and Pickens or Dak and Ferg pulled up to that side. So if you're going to build it out, you just got to be really intelligent about it and think of contrarian fashions to do it, and mainly take it when it falls in rooms in a vacuum. Nez is right that it like he shouldn't be this big of a standout QB1 in terms of ADP. But that being said, I still want it as part of my portfolio because he's been truly elite this year.
I mentioned that I haven't been in the 12-man streets, but when I did do one yesterday on the bash, I mean, the quarterback ADPs are completely, I thought when I did them yesterday, yeah, Drake May's the QB2. Dak is way closer in ADP to Drake Maye than he is on the other one, which again, if we, I think we all agree the sharpest drafters are in the 12-mans earlier, that this is a better barometer of probably efficiency and how you would look at the tiers. And so you can see there, Dak, Drake Maye, Jordan Love, way more popular in the 12-mans than in the 6s. What do you make of that disparity, Nez?
Yeah, this just to me like checks out big time. I mean, no one's really rushing to take QB, so Dak really aligns with like this is like a middle ground ADP of where he's either going in the second round to or going in the third round to the Jake Ferguson drafter at that 2-3 turn, or he's falling all the way to the Pickens drafter in the back end of the third round where that Pickens drafter is on that side of the board. So that's the middling of that ADP. So that makes like a lot of sense. Yeah, and with the dog bulls, man, a lot of these QBs really just kind of line up with their pass catchers, which you would kind of expect and makes a lot of sense. But have seen Herbert go unstacked quite a bit, and have seen Jordan Love go earlier than one might expect as well, where like maybe the craft drafter's waiting for him to come back, and really that doesn't happen very much because that drafter is setting up a back stack.
Yep. Yeah, another interesting one here. You have like Daniel Jones sneak into the top 6 in the 12s, whereas on the 6-mans he is down here at QB7. So a small shift, but I do think notable. I think you could say the 12-person drafters, they are, I think, prioritizing team totals in game environments like a little bit more than the 6-person drafters. I mean, the Colts, the Packers, just in really wide open spots, and being more willing to ignore box scores for Jordan Love and Daniel Jones, just being like, I don't know how all the points are going to get here, but the quarterback could be a really big part of it.
Yeah, and I'm in alignment with that as well.
John, you got any quarterback scrolls here? I'll say after Jordan Love is how I would kind of define scrolls on the 6-man slate.
Yeah, I was doing some Trevor Lawrence stuff this morning on Wednesday. I was way more into that game than Nez was there. So I've been playing the Jags this week. I don't know if it's good or bad, or we should be aping into the box scores of last week. But yeah, I did that. I did a couple Bryce Young skinnies. The problem with Bryce Young is it's really hard to play him without just playing Tet, because Tet's ADP is so high. Coker has the Q tag. We don't know what we're going to get at the tight end position from them, and tight end feels really strong on our slate. So I've been doing like a little bit of spots where I think people will play Dak, just playing Bryce instead. So like a George Pickens plus Javonte Williams, and then just play Bryce Young on the other side naked, like just like some quirky stuff like that. People have completely given up on Geno, and maybe rightfully so. But if you want to do like a Geno Genti, like I think it actually sets up for a decent like running back catching spot. So I don't think that's crazy. And then I'll be the guy jamming a little bit of Kyler and a little bit of Mac Jones.
Oh, John, I mean, you took my guy there. You really spread all over the board. But no, I liked everybody that you named there. Mac Jones.
Wait, who is your guy?
Mac Jones.
Okay.
Love Mac Jones. Love it. Especially if you get Jennings in this spot too, it's gonna be so sick. Because CMC is also basically a wide receiver, as like people have like notably pointed out, but it hasn't, I mean, and for whatever it's worth, it hasn't been pointed out how that benefits the quarterback, which is like Mac Jones, like it benefits greatly from having CMC as a target as well. That's like 60 yards you can just like add into like pencil into what Mac Jones is going to have on the day. Tampa is just one of those teams, and I think Seattle in this current spot is also like kind of one of these teams, which like I am sort of coming around to that game where Wednesday I told you I didn't like Seattle and Jacksonville, sort of coming around. But Tampa Bay is one of those spots where like it's like fireworks, man. This is like this game. Anytime Tampa's on the slate, like we got to be licking our chops because they can't defend the pass. They have an extraordinarily fun offense. even though they're a little banged up, like Baker still gets it done. And then teams have to pass against them. So it's just like, hey man, let's just like, it's just a slugfest every time. It's just two teams going in the ring and just swinging at each other, throwing haymakers. So I really like this for Mac Jones, especially if Jennings is back. I think it's extremely exciting. He's an awesome scroll. Mac Jones projects for as many passing yards as Dak Prescott does on this week.
Nice.
Like he's a key.
Yeah.
It just, to me, it's just an awesome scroll.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Not to like jump to wide receiver, but one note is I would not click Bourne straight up. I would just be clicking Jennings right now. And if Jennings is out, like we know the Bourne stuff is really clean, but like I don't think Bourne is draftable if Jennings is in on this slate. That's kind of, I mean, maybe you guys would push back on that, but I wouldn't like my Bourne shares with Jennings in.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an anecdotal narrative, right, with Bourne when it comes to that Mac Jones connection there. I think it's probably still fine in the 12s if you want to play both of it. Yeah. But I definitely I align with your thinking of take the Q tag guy now. Just a macro point about Q tags in general this week is, we do this kind of stuff in NBA and nobody really talks about it in NFL. Like stacking Q tags is going to give you like combinatorially unique ownership in such a regard, because like people are comfortable taking like one Q tag, like, oh, we'll take Ferg in this lineup, but people aren't really comfortable stacking like multiple Q tags. If you do like Jalen Warren, Jennings, and Ferg on the same lineup, like you're instantly, 1% owned, like less than 1% owned. Like you're going to have like one combo of that in the whole tournament. So I don't know, just something to open your third eye to. I don't think it's the type of Q tag plays this week don't really lend itself to jamming them. But if you do, like now that we have one on Chase with the illness, now that we have one on Quentin Johnson with the hamstring, like if you jam a couple of those, they're going to be like somewhat unique if you put them together.
One I actually like, I think I talked about this when I did the Fantasy Life show yesterday, was doing CD with your Dak double stacks. Like if you are going to get into Dak, which we already talked about, kind of finding that price a little expensive, you get Ferguson, you get CD. If CD for some reason plays, which I don't really think he is, but say he does, you get a really cheap double stack there. CD would be way mispriced. If he doesn't, the Ferg projection goes up. That skinny stack looks better. And then you have the placeholder spot to do a pivot to a guy like Jawan Jennings or one of these low-owned guys who comes available on Sunday. Or if you're in a 3 quarterback build or a 3 wide receiver build and Kamara's out, well, boom, now you get to swap that CD to Kendre Miller. And so you improve the team while also getting a low-owned piece on Sunday, which I think is like a really cool way to leverage Q tags as well.
Yeah, I think you hit on the poster boys of that, Pete, there with Kamara, CD Lamb, and Juwan Johnson. I did it again.
Jennings,
Jennings. Those are like the 3 poster boys for it, for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't really have any other fancier plays to get to past Mac Jones. I really like this range right here, this Jones, Darnold, Lawrence, Bryce Young. That's where I've been mostly living. And, I was reviewing the top lineups from the first 5 weeks this year. And, we've had 2 weeks where the 100% owned pass catcher was stacked with their low-owned quarterback get home. We had the Amon-Ra with the Jared Goff low-owned week, and we had the Igbuka with the Baker Mayfield last week. And a lot of these fit the bill. Warren with Jones, obviously JSN with Darnold, not so much with Lawrence, but then Tet with Young.
And we would have had the Stafford one at less than 5% owned, but he finished second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good shout. So yeah, I mean, that's a spot to get into the naked quarterback or just the low-owned quarterback with the piece going every week, where it does check out to me. It's like we're all excited about Tet. We're hoping for this positive regression. And if he like drops 25, like Bryce is probably a lock for over 23, 24 points and probably has some room to run there. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to ask you guys, has anyone clicked anyone after Spencer Rattler this week?
No.
Okay. Like in the 12s, Nez, have you clicked
go 12s.
Like Gabriel or Cam Ward or anything like that?
One Cam Ward because I had Calvin Ridley and I wasn't totally sure about Mac Jones, and Purdy had already gone. So I did do one Ward to Ridley. But
Yeah.
I like Rattler a lot in dog bowls, though.
Oh, okay. So it is Rattler's kind of like a cutoff for you, but you are getting to Rattler.
In dog bowls, I haven't
Yeah.
done it in 6-man, though.
No, I wouldn't suggest to.
Yeah. Yuta was just talking a little bit about Rattler. I know I was listening to Leone's, and again, it's redacted or whatever, but I guess the top simmed lineup in the Game Changer, that $1,500 contest, was a Rattler double stack last week. So he's got some juice.
Dude, he does. I mean, been on the Rattler train for a while, even leading up to the season. You know, in Underhill We Trust, he was telling us that Rattler looks good, and he's been keeping the train on the tracks.
Yep. All right, let's talk some running backs here. Obviously, really strong at the high end. Through Genty, and I think you can include Kyron there if you want, but just like from a pure workload perspective, those first 6 there stand out. Some solid guys in the mid range. What a world where Derrick Henry sometimes goes nearly undrafted, and then it does thin out pretty quickly. So other than gobbling up these guys at the high end, what are you guys doing at running back?
Ooh, trying to tell myself stories, I guess. Like, it's not pretty. I think the Jaylen Warren story is Pittsburgh kicks ass and he resumes his role and scores 2 touchdowns. The Ken Walker story is like the Seahawks try to establish the run. They do establish the run. And Lawrence, even in a soft spot against the Seattle pass defense at the moment, can't get it done. And Ken Walker gets 15 touches. Dude, I have a lot of trouble scrolling at running back this week, man. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but in 6 persons, God almighty, is it difficult to sell yourself on some of these guys?
Yeah, I like what you're saying there, Nez. It is really tough in the 6 persons. I've done a bit of ETN and Ken Walker just because I like that game. I've done the Maye to Hendo stack just for contrarian's sake. I like Michael Carter as like just a one-off to access that game environment when everybody else just plays Trey McBride every single draft. So like just playing the Michael Carter angle is fine. And then Kendra Miller, if he gets the backfield to himself, just because I like that game more than, other people might, I'll do like Naked Drake May, Kendra on the other side, or I'll do like Kendra plus, Diggs or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I like the Michael Carter stuff. I'm feeling a little more inspired having just talked to Yuta at the end of the show. He was talking about, the running backs that are in trailing game scripts, implied by the Vegas totals against like chalkier defenses. Obviously, we're not dealing with that here, but, he mentioned guys like Tony Pollard and Chase Brown, where I think the equivalent for us is like the chalky stacks, right? Jordan Love stuff, very popular. Like one-off Chase Brown there is like pretty nice leverage on like, what if the Packers just don't do what we think they're going to do? I agree, though. It's really hard to get there, but I think I like the Michael Carter shout because that's similar, right? With the Colt stuff. And it's like, well, what if JT fails as a pick? It's like, well, they keep it close. And Michael Carter, scores 20 points as a really low owned scroll.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't realize how low Michael Carter was in these because I was, doing 6-person drafts so much. That's going to be awesome ownership on Michael Carter. He's definitely my favorite scroll down there. Good shot.
I wonder if it's just because he wasn't in the player pool last week and he feels even more out of sight, out of mind. Like we weren't even talking about this guy last week.
It almost has to be because that's really interesting.
Yeah. I don't have a ton else for you guys similar to the quarterback stuff. I've been living more in this band as well. ETN, Walker, Jaylen Warren, and then trying to force myself to some Chase Brown, Michael Carter. I will say the other one that I've clicked a couple of times because the Maye stuff is going to be so popular is Ramondre, being like Vrabel is so stubborn with this here. And if Maye fails because Ramondre gets 2 goal line touchdowns in like a good matchup, like I can totally see that.
Yep. Yeah, I've done Maye in dog bowls or Ramondre in dog bowls. Yeah, like that a lot.
Yeah. All right, let's talk. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask one last running back question for you guys. Do you think, like, just because of the strength of the obvious chalk smash spots in parentheses at the running back position, and with so many of them going in the first 10 picks there, that there is leverage in playing 3 wide receiver builds this week? Or do you think the chalk is just like, I mean, chalk on our site's different than chalk on the other sites, but like, do you think it's just they're such strong plays, they're going to project so much better that like we're better off just building 1-2-2-1s and staying in our lane with this?
No, I think you're right. I think it gives 3 wide receiver more viability. If you know, like depending on like what the room gives you. Yeah, I think 3 wide receivers makes sense here. Like I'm not like actively seeking it out, but yeah, I don't think I don't think it's 1-2-2-1 or bust by any means, given how top heavy it is. You know, at a certain point, the wide receivers become better clicks.
Right.
I've had the same trajectory, John, every single week where I have that exact thought, and same as Nez, like I'm drafting, I'm like the wide receivers are all better here. And not that this is the end all be all, but then Nerdy drops his optimal flex usage for the slate in the in-game syndicate this week. I'll spill this part. You got to get in there to get the rest of it. Running back in the flex 90% of the time, wide receiver 10%. So every week I'm just like, man, these 3 wide receiver builds starting to look good, look way better. And then it's just like, fuck. I'm with you. I think I might be a little higher, like at 20% with my usage, but I'm not trying to get too far beyond that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I think it's probably way more 12-person viable conversation than in the 6s.
Oh
here.
yeah.
What about Ness?
Sure.
Have you seen anyone doing tight end, just given the strength of the tight end slate, doing double tight end in dog bowl this week? Or is that just like not enough ceiling?
No, I've seen it. I'm not doing it, but I've seen it done for sure.
Yeah, it's almost that's a no, but like when you just look at this slate in particular, like it gives you leverage off 2 running back teams, which are going every single time. And I don't know, like the strength of the tight end slate just looks pretty nice to me in terms of the scrollability, but maybe that's just living rent free in my head last week that we had such outlier scores.
When you're at the 2-3 turn in dog bowls, you have opportunities to take 2 of the top 3 tight ends. So it's like tempting for people, but like you're better off taking like Chris Olave than one of those tight ends. And
well, the reason you think that, John, is because in your head, Taysom Hill fills the God spot in your lineup, and then you actually have room for another tight end. So you're like, hey, anyone else doing 2 tight end lineups?
Taysom Hill is like Super Mario getting the star in my lineups. Like he's just untouchable in the middle there.
Well, John, I know we're basically skipping over wide receiver here, but let's just do it. I mean, how you had a massive Taysom Hill exposure last week. I was on board with it. The play is objectively better this week. Same ownership, and the play is improved with the Kamara and Juwan Johnson injury stuff. Are you just slamming it again?
I think Juwan Johnson's going to go again, but
Okay.
I think the strength of tight end this week, it sets up a little bit better. Like last week for me, like I didn't think the tight end ceiling existed in the way in which it did, and I was proven wrong in a big way. And half my thesis with the Taysom stuff was, aka narrative, the Q tag on Juwan Johnson, and then the fact that that I didn't think the position was very strong. This week, this feels like the tight end position's like decently strong. But I've definitely mixed him in. I've definitely added him on. I like him. I kind of like him naked more than like a game environment thing. But if you do game environment, just doing like Drake Maye and Taysom like feels fine in the 6s. I'm not going to have the 27% again like last week, but I'm definitely going to have him.
I loved it, man.
He only played 9 snaps. Like, at least he touched the ball on 6 of them, but he only played 9 snaps. I said this to Nez on Wednesday that, like, the thing that was cool about Taysom in the past is his usage was creative. Kellen Moore really just, like, in his first game back was just like, hey, go in there and you're running on 4th and 1, and this is your only role. Like, in the past, it was like, you might throw a bit. He might line up at tight end a bit. There's some disguised, like, sets. When he only plays 9 snaps and the ball goes to him 6 times, well, everybody in the field knows the ball's going.
Yeah. All right, we could circle back to tight end in a sec. Let's do wide receiver here. Puka and JSN, I think in a clear tier of their own. I think Igbuka and Pickens kind of in a tier there. Chase pops up with the injury tag. Adams and Tet have been kind of popular clicks there in the 3rd round, and then I think you're kind of getting into maybe, the territory. This is the range I've kind of been uncomfortable with, like the Diggs, Waddle, QJ, Metcalf. And then from there, I've enjoyed some of the scrolls. That would just be a quick look at the position. What notes would you guys have there?
Yeah, I agree with you, Pete. Anything after Adams just feels like do whatever you want kind of thing. For me, it's like I have three, and it's Puka, it's JSN. They're both in my top three. I want to be overweight the field on them. Then it's this little Igbuka kind of like tier in his lonesome, and then Pickens and Adams, and then just start scrolling, man. Like that the propped up chalk of like ADP like 19 onward is so volatile. I mean, I like Tat, I like Diggs, I like Waddle, but it's so volatile that like there's probably just so much leverage in just saying those three guys don't break the slate. Let's get an ownership discount on everyone.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the chalk goes, man, it's definitely for me. I love the top three, of course. Puka, JSN, and Igbuka, I think, are just so strongly in the tier of their own. Chase, I have a lot of trouble getting to. Like he got 26 points last week against Detroit. Like shout out to garbage time, 6 receptions on like one like huge blown coverage play. Like I'm not playing that, man. Like I'm sorry. I'm just not in Lambeau. No, thank you. But like it's for me, it's like it's Tetaroa. Don't call me Tet McMillan week. 100,000% it's Tetaroa week. Like it should have been Tetaroa week against Miami, but Rico Dowdle ran for 200 yards. I don't know if you guys heard this. So, yeah, that's going to cut into what McMillan can do. Thankfully, we have a more competent team happening here. Should be a closer game for Mr. McMillan here. Dallas, man, is actually worse than Miami, like considerably in drop back EPA per play allowed. So I'm just like all over McMillan here. It has to be his week, man. It simply has to be. I said if it was now or never against Miami, it was short-sighted because I didn't realize you had the Cowboys on deck at home. It's gotta be him this week, man. It just shapes up to such an awesome play. I think what really makes him awesome is like we're talking about how ambiguous this slate is. His floor, I think, is like so secure, man. He has such an awesome role. This matchup is so soft for him. I love him as a pick. He's going to be probably my highest owned wide receiver if I don't run hot on Puka.
Nez and I not seeing eye to eye at all this week. I'm basically full fading him unless I just use him as a game stack thing. I think it's so fragile with Coker coming back, with JT Sanders coming back, missing 3 offensive linemen. I'm not the Bryce Young believer that Nez is. He still has yet to do anything in the red zone, and that's where Bryce Young makes his magic. I think it's so fragile.
I'm closer to Nez, but the one thing I agree with you on, John, is like it does strike me very similar to the Igbuka thing last week where I'm like, man, this feels like pricey for him. And so if you are going to play him, like how do you get multiple things right when he does smash? And it's like Bryce, it's that game, goes nuts, Javonte, Tet, Bryce, like stuff like that. I'm with it. But yeah, no, I think he's a great play. It's just like, it's one of those 2025 like sick things, right? Like 4 years ago, if these like draft games were popping along and Tet had been, putting up stinkers and not smashing, he would be like ADP 34 right next to Michael Pittman and Zay fucking Flowers or something, play with a backup quarterback. And instead it's like, no, we're jamming this guy.
Another point to both of you guys and like feather in your cap is like, if you look away from the Carolina side, I was kind of focused on the Carolina side. I have never seen an injury report this long as Dallas before. Have you guys seen this thing? No. Their practice report is 17 names deep. Like it's crazy.
It's really deep. And for the record, Ferguson is not on it. So I don't know why he has a key tag.
So this, I brought this up on a couple of shows because I was writing and I saw the Q tag all week and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go research this for once. I'm going to do some work. And, I go to Roto-World, nothing. I Google News it, anything, read the beats, nothing. I do my advanced Twitter searches that Elon's fucking broken that site that it's impossible to do correctly. Still find nothing. I was like, then I go to the injury reports. He's like, he's not on it. I'm like, I found one thing that was like he had an undisclosed injury and then it remains undisclosed. So that's all I got, guys. I tried.
Yeah. it looks like the field isn't really caring too much because he's still, pretty highly drafted. But anyways, chalk for me is Tetaroa. But like I said, the scrolls I think are where it's at this week for wide receiver.
Yeah, let's talk scrolls. I'll define it as like, the Metcalf Brian Thomas line is pretty fringe. I'd say like after Thomas, we're kind of in scroll territory.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree with you. Go ahead, John.
I've done a decent amount of Pittman. I'm trying to play whack-a-mole on the remaining Chargers receivers if we end up not getting QJ there. I think everybody wants to play the squeaky wheel golden narrative or the Olave bounce back. And then I've done a little bit of Ridley, Higgins, and Ridley and Higgins look like just like bet on talent guys down here. And what if this illness does limit Chase or something like that? And now we have a more competent quarterback play in Flacco. He hasn't practiced with the team, and now all of a sudden he's going to start practicing with the team, and Chase isn't out there. What if he just builds a little bit of a rapport with T. Higgins?
Yeah, man, like Higgins without Chase is like, I don't even care that it's like a bad matchup, but at that ownership and that target projection, like he's a jam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I like those shouts. I think Ridley is a really good one. Finally had a 100-yard game last week, and this is like another like absolute like dream spot against Vegas in a dome for Ward to like connect with Ridley once again here. So I don't think the ceiling is like, or maybe the ceiling is the appeal here, and I think the floor is pretty bad. Let me go with that. But I mean 131. I thought it was 111, 131 yards against Arizona. This is a significantly worse secondary with Vegas. So that is definitely in play. I like both Saints receivers a lot here in a dome against the Patriots here. Yeah, absolutely, Michael. Shaheed is totally draftable here. So Chris Rodriguez was sat out, I think yesterday, or was limited yesterday. And they are telling us that it was like, it was planned.
Christian Gonzalez.
Thank you. I just think it's weird that like this one was planned, but like last week like wasn't planned. So like I'm kind of paying close attention to this because it's a hammy, man. Those things are really, really finicky. So they're telling us it was planned. Just keep your third eye open. And regardless, he's not really one to shadow, and the rest of the Patriots defense isn't that good. You can't really run against them. Not that the Saints want to run. So both the Saints receivers look good. And then the last one that I will throw out, this is super deep, man, but Travis Hunter against the Seahawks, third eyes open because you can't run against the Seahawks. I do not think they're going to be able to rush with any success. I think the Seahawks are a good team. So my hope is in this play is that like the Jags are trailing and the Seahawks are running. And because the Seahawks are going to be playing more 12 personnel, you're not going to need Travis Hunter as much on the defensive end. So now you can give him those offensive snaps against a team that has a really weak secondary. They're so banged up in the secondary that we might actually see a Travis Hunter game. That's my deepest scroll here. But like, man, it's close.
Yeah, I did one as well there, Nez. I mean, people are excited about the primetime catch where he went up and got it and whatever. But the last week, I mean, until that very last drive where Brian Thomas pulled down the 41-yarder that got the JBB pick of home, shout out JBB for the community there. But before that, he was the leading receiver on the team for the week, right? And now you take Brenton Strange out of the equation. You take Witherspoon's going to miss again. Reek Woolen might miss again here, or might miss, sorry, he didn't miss again, but might miss here as well. So like you have a banged up secondary. I've done it a couple times as well because the only way people are playing Lawrence right now in the six persons in particular are BT plus him, BTJ plus him. Now you just instantly flip the build.
One other one I will mention that no one wants to get to, but I kind of think might be the piece that actually helps the Ram stuff actually get there is Zay Flowers. Like the Mark Andrews stuff just feels so bleak. Zay was a little banged up, but I think he's good to go last I saw. He's the guy that can speed up the game. I could see him easily getting 10 plus targets here, can break big ones. Yeah, like I think if you want your Matthew Stafford doubles to get home, like Zay Flowers is doing something here, and I don't mind one-offing him, but I also think just like mini correlations with Rams as well. I think he's the kind of play I like. I know it's the backup quarterback, but like the explosive wide receiver one on his team that's just not getting drafted. I like getting to.
I mean, I like that shout, Pete, because especially if they're forced to the air early because the Rams score like twice or something like that. And all three of us can attest that we were at that Cooper Rush game against the Bengals.
Yeah.
What was that, 2 years ago?
Last year, wasn't it?
Last year in Dallas. Yeah, we were at that game, and Cooper Rush looked every bit confident when he was forced into a throwing role. Like he supported CeeDee Lamb that game with like 101 or whatever. He threw for 2 touchdowns.
CeeDee went off that game. Yeah.
Chase went off that game.
Oh yeah.
Chase and Lamb went off that game.
Yeah, they were like going back and blow for blow.
I know because I had all the Cavante Turpin get over 4.5 yards, and it's like, well, CeeDee Lamb's going to get over 150. All right.
Yeah, I like that shot, P. I just want to say I think Cooper Rush obviously had an awful game against the Texans, but still went 20 for 14 or 14 for 20. I mean, 3 picks in there, but he's not the worst. It's just, maybe you can, I like it. I wish it was a better spot for Flowers, but he's a pretty nice scroll.
Nez, can you do me a favor? Can you look at that EPA chart that you're so good at filtering through and tell me how good the Texans defense has been against the pass? Because I also think it's like a little bit of a feather in Cooper Rush's cap that like Texans have been like fucking good. Like,
yeah, they're like kind of they're on the good side of the quadrant there, but they're sort of like they're in terms of like drop back EPA. They're right there with the Cardinals, with the Packers, with the Colts.
So good, not amazing.
Yeah, they're above average. They're above average. They're a good unit. They're one that I would like IKB in terms of like they're a pretty good unit, man. A lot of analysts think that they're pretty strong.
Yeah. I mean, the Rams too they've been getting in shootout games, and like the way we're playing, I was mentioning it before, like Devontae Adams adding that vertical element, like they're playing pretty fast. They got into that crazy game with the Colts. So yeah, I know Cooper Rush has to do his part, but I like playing stuff opposite the Rams. Let's talk tight ends here. I think there's a few clear tiers just from an ownership perspective and likely the strength of the play as well. Top 4 here with Warren, McBride, Ferguson, and Kraft. Then you got the mid tier with Waller and Henry. And then you got the scroll tier. Once you hit Tongas here, all those guys are going to be sub 20%. Thoughts on the tight end position? I'm really going to try not to be overweight Trey McBride for the 100th week in a row.
I think that would be smart because we just got the unfortunate news on Kyler Murray that he expects to play. So I would definitely not have a whole lot of Trey McBride there. Thank you guys. No, I'm definitely like Team Ferg here at tight end. He's my tight end 1. I love Tyler Warren, but Ferg's role has just been incredible, man. And I think that Carolina might be able to put up some points here. So I think Ferg is going to be a huge part of the game plan as he's been for a while. And then, the scrolls are kind of interesting to me, guys. I can really talk myself into some of these tight end scrolls here. One of the more interesting ones, I think, is Cade Otton. I'm falling for it again. I know he's been just absolutely like invisible, but come on, man, this has to be the spot, right? Like this has to be the spot.
Please.
Ibuka, Tez Johnson, Sterling Shepard, like no Bucky Irving. Come on, man. This has to be the Cade Otton spot. We almost saw it last game. He had 81 yards against Seattle in a shootout. This has to be it.
I just want to point out we have a very funny commenter in the chat. This copy paste laid a few minutes ago says Zay Flowers is the kind of guy I can never click, which is why I'll never win. See you next week. Apparently he didn't leave only to say Cade Otton is why I'll never win anything. Just this entire concept of scroll the F down plays is just causing an existential crisis for copy paste laid.
This is great. I think tight end position is very deep this week. I've clicked Taysom. I've clicked Njoku. Everybody's doing the Tungus thing now that we got the Kittle stuff. I'll give you the super duper gal brain, deeper than you can possibly go, dog bowl ones. Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm going to scroll all the way down to Isaiah Likely because I know where this conversation is starting.
I already took an Isaiah Likely on stream this week there, so we got that one. We got that one taken care of here. No Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer potential. Just how banged up that team is. And then this one is grosser than gross. Tight end 28, Jonnu Smith with no Calvin Austin and banged up Jalen Warren. Just might need something in and around the goal line. I mean, it's the grossest of gross, but it is, and it's the lowest scoring total on the slate. But if you did something like a Judkins plus Jonnu in the dog bowl, I would not fault you at all.
Yeah, I think these are good ones. I mean, to have no ADP kind of for their role. I mean, Mayer's like a baller too. Like Mayer isn't just one of these Hunter Long ass tight ends that get plugged in. Like Michael Mayer was a legit good prospect. Everyone was surprised they drafted Brock Bowers because Michael Mayer was so good. I think to me, he's like the strongest scroll of the slate at tight end.
Yeah, those are really fun.
If JT Sanders doesn't go again and Coker doesn't go again, you could also play Tommy Tremble in the 12s.
I think Sanders is going to be good, is what I've seen, that he's trending good. But
they've got him officially questionable, but he got full. So maybe it's just like a Brock Bowers and swap type of deal.
The only reason I said it is he went limited, full, limited. So like the Friday downgrade after the Thursday is like one of those classic, like when he's first coming back, just watch the spot. Which would make Tet better for you, Nez. Like you were all over the Tet stuff, so it actually makes Tet look better.
If you're worried about Jatavian Sanders, you never understood the thesis of the Tet plan.
Thank you. Took the words out of my mouth.
Honestly, though, unironically, like I'm excited for Coker to be back just for the overall offense and like you know, I think Coker's a baller, so the fact that he can draw a little bit of attention and maybe hit on a deep shot is pretty big.
Keep the chains moving, right? Just like have them be more efficient, like get more snaps, please.
Yeah. Please, we're begging you. All right, I feel like that was a pretty good slate overview there. Why don't we hop in to some of our small field contests here? Shout out to Underdog for the Deposit Kingdom Weekly League and the Bros Brawl. We'll start here with the Deposit Kingdom League. This is a small field tournament, 1,104 entrants, $10 buy-in, 3 entry max. The winners get their flowers on the Monday morning portfolio review. And always fun to go from scrolls to kind of reorienting ourselves to small field strategy here.
Yeah. Can I give you guys? Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
Good. Nope. You first, please.
Can I give you one? I'm 100% going to play this in the DeBomb this week for small field jam.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the guy who jams 5 chalk plays and then plays Mac Jones with CMC.
Awesome.
5 chalk plays, Mac Jones, CMC. So CMC first pick, Mac Jones last round, and then just you'll make sure to get Tet there in round 3 and you'll call it a day.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. I love that. No, all I was gonna say was like, speaking of Bros Brawl, I know this is a daily show, but shout out Pat Donovan, who just added Bros Brawl to the BBMDB website.
Let's go,
dude. You want to look at putting the Chad and Chad candles? Check out Chad candles. Just under select tournament. Just type in Bros Brawl.
Oh, gotcha.
It'll come up.
Look at all these tournaments. Community 19.
and then under select user, bro. Oh yeah, shout out number 2 there, by the way.
Is this why you wanted me to do this exercise, Nez? Oh no, look at who's there.
That was just a coincidence. You have to type in Chad Candles and look at these advanced rates. Now, mind you, average advanced rate is 17%, just like BBM. Look at this absolute Chad.
Literally. Is that another joke you're trying to do, or is that accident?
No, that was on purpose. Dude, over 50% advancing in the Bros Brawl. 16% is average, and he has 57%, and he has I think 90% Scataboo. Just incredible stuff. Sorry, had to give a
shout out to Chad, the absolute Chad. Josh Jacobs, JSN. Who do you guys want to do here?
Jacobs.
All right, let's do it.
Did you guys take Jacobs or JSN?
Jacobs.
John's watching from the YouTube stream.
What do you mean, you guys? We are a team right now.
Well, he said Jacobs and I said JSN. So
I didn't.
It was quiet. Oh. You whispered.
Yeah, I heard JSN and I heard Jacobs, which is commensurate with the T levels to making those big. All right, John, you get this one. Igbuka, Genti, Pickens, Chase.
I think you take Igbuka. I think he's a little bit of a mental tear break at the wide receiver position this week.
Wouldn't it be just like fantasy football for like the Igbuka smash week to be the week he regresses?
Right. Yeah.
That would piss me off because I'm chasing it so hard.
Yeah.
With the no Godwin, which doesn't seem good. I don't think you want a fibula injury whenever you're coming off a twisted, dislocated, broken ankle the year prior. But yeah.
Yes. All right. So we start Jacobs, Igbuka. I've never gotten more comments on anything in my life than this collared shirt.
It's the first thing I thought of. I was like, he's got a date tonight or a job interview. One of the two.
I got a new shirt. It's cold. There's fucking frost on the lawn out here. I just wanted to put on my warm, cozy new shirt. I could have gotten punched in the face and I would get less comments on do black eye than having a collared shirt.
So good. Take Devonta Adams. Take Adams.
All right.
And then we'll scroll.
Yeah.
It's a very nice rugby.
Thank you.
Very nice rugby.
There you go.
Big rugby guy over here.
Every once in a while, I'm transitioning, getting rid of all the tanks because it's now cold out. Just let your boy be nice and cozy for off and on the clock.
I mean, JM's always dressing on your show. Yeah. Yuta came on with a nice jacket, so I threw on this flannel because I was like, "Well, we got our fall attire on, so let me throw on something decent too."
Yeah, I've never gotten roasted so hard. I do man. This is the thing. Fashion is cyclical, guys. The stuff we were wearing to elementary school in the mid '90s, at least in my case, it's all coming back now. It's all coming back.
You see it with the women's stuff now. They're all wearing the big floody pants with the wide leg mom jean kind of faded blues. Back in our day, it was those the tight skinny jeans.
What do you guys think of doing Baker with Igbuka and then maybe we do scroll somewhere else?
I kind of really like doing Baker double in the small field. So it's whether you want to do Rachaad White first or if you want to back stack your stuff into a.
I like that. I like that call with Rachaad first.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Because Baker should be there. If he's not, we got some sick freaks in here. Not to put it past the Deposit Kingdom faithful here. We know there's freaks galore.
That's Bros Fashion Advice Cinema.
John, I was holding my breath when you're like, "Can you see it with the women these days?" I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ, where's he going with this?"
John just stopped short of saying me getting all of these comments wearing this shirt that I was actually asking for it. Is what it was. John was you knew exactly what you were doing when you put on that little collared rugby shirt.
That's funny. We're venturing into Swolecast territory here.
Yeah, exactly. Which, by the way, if did you tell your crew that you were on the Swolecast this week? I'm sure there are people who watch the Badge Bros who don't watch the Swolecast.
I didn't want to seem too self-congratulatory because it was such a big deal for me, but no, I didn't. I was on Swolecast on Tuesday. If you guys missed,
I was hyping you on because we started on Tuesday with a slight overlap, and I was
hyping
everyone
because I was supposed to have a day off, and then Davis hit me up, and I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna hop on the Swolecast before I do my dad stuff.
All right. Baker Tyler he did to Kate Otten. That's just showing off in this contest.
That was so unnecessary.
We could do Drake May, Hunter Henry in this one.
Yeah, or we could do naked Drake May, Taysom Hill.
Do that on your own account. Or we could just grab Tucker Craft and do a Jordan Love, Tucker Craft, Josh
I
Jacobs.
think I like Maye more in case you get frozen out. Someone else does something with Love.
Okay.
I think both are solid.
That's true. We only have one, like it's only X spin left. If he scrolls down for Hunter Henry, man, like congratulations. You guys, we're gonna send you an award for bit champions of the year. Okay, thank God.
Copy paid laced has popped back up to be re-triggered by the Otten selection. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do a Badge Bros Brawl, which I should mention what we just pulled up the advance rates. That was for the season long version,
Correct.
not the weekly version here.
Yeah.
Did I scroll
I should
past
check.
it?
Let me tap into that and see if I'm doing okay. I haven't
Yes, you
checked a
are.
single advance rate yet in any contest.
Aren't you healthy, man? Don't you have a nice mental health? I check all my stuff. I can't help it. It's too much fun. It's too easy to go in and check.
I just
All right.
like in my mind it just doesn't matter at all right now. Like
It's
that's
too
how
early,
I
but like
feel about it.
it doesn't matter that it doesn't matter.
I also know I have so much CD Lamb, so it also is kind of like I know what I'm gonna find too. So
Yeah.
does anyone have Chris G talking about eliminators? I only have one big eliminator left. I got my last 3 last week are gone from the main eliminator. Does anyone have anything left?
I think I have 6 in the big one and
nice.
6 in the main one and 2 in the big eliminator.
Right on.
Yeah. I have 3 left in the eliminator, and I'm pretty sure I'm going up against 3 juggernauts, so I don't really love my chances. But I think I've got 6 left in the big, which is nice.
Right on. Yeah, I only did like 2 streamed big ones, and then I did 50 of the main eliminator on my own accord.
Yeah.
Donovan's projections have me as a dog in all 3. Yeah, that checks out, man. What a contest, man! I maxed this shit,
dude. It is like the sobering. Let's make this big. So we're in Badge Bros Brawl here. Puka goes first. What do you guys want to do?
Hey, just Taylor or CMC for me. I don't care which.
Let's go, Taylor.
Let's do it. We'll save your CMC for your DeBomb entry.
Yeah, sounds good. I do think I like this Puka 101 in Badge Bros Brawl in particular, and I really like the idea of trying to get the only exposure you'll have in the whole weekend of of JSN plus Puka in this contest.
Yep. Do you want to get JSN there for ceiling wide receiver as well?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go scrolling. Blue Trevor Lawrence single off of this thing.
Oh, God. We already did the block. It's already been done.
Oh, the block was Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence, JSN.
We got double whammy. JM's block. To be fair, JM gave me a few different block options. It wasn't like his definitive block of the week. But then Yuta liked that game as well. All right, what do you guys want to do?
Baby. That's why we do our show on Wednesday.
Rico. I'm gonna overrule and just make our RB2 Rico. Should be a deep scroll on the Badge Bros Brawl.
I was gonna say do Javonte and Tet.
Yeah.
Little Rico revenge game. I'm scared that they're missing so much offensive line this week, but
yeah. This is the thing. Circling back to the a limb combo that's just so humbling about it. I mean, we haven't even kicked off week 6, and expectation if you maxed is about 4.5 right now.
Oh, God, well, that kind of makes sense that I'm gone when I only did 50.
But it feels so much worse than that.
Right.
I even pulled up the payout thing because I'd taken the put it all in based on week, the prizes, just a clean chart in my Deposit Kingdom video. And I was like, man, it still seems so far away until we get to $1,000 payouts.
Oh, I would no regrets though, man. And no regrets.
None.
Super fun contest to think through.
All right, let's scroll at wide receiver here. You want to do BTJ and play this mini correlation in this game?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I really think it's up to the Jags to make this a game for sure. Mm-hmm. Like they have to execute offensively against this weak secondary.
Yeah. You could do naked Jordan Love as a scroll in this one. We could grab Ferguson.
Ferg first and play
Yeah.
the Ferg off Rico stuff, and then decide on who you want your quarterback to be.
I mean, naked Drake May in this too should be. Well, I guess what is his ownership in this?
Ooh,
These people are
Jones.
sick.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac
the Bash Bros
Jones.
Brawl. I mean,
It's
the
like
amount of showing off that happens during these stream drafts is insane.
This is a dog bowl team from Travioli here.
Dog pulled the Bash Bros Brawl. Who do you guys want at quarterback?
Naked Drake May or
Yeah, let's
naked Danny
coordinate.
Dimes.
No, we have. Oh, you're right. I was gonna say we had. I thought we took Taylor for a second, but we.
Oh,
didn't.
we did.
We did. Okay,
Yeah.
we did. All right,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I was then looking at Travioli's masterpiece and saw CMC for a second.
Yeah, I was mystified.
Do you guys want to do DB or go straight to pick'ems?
Maybe let's just go right into our pick'em. We've been going crazy with the pick'ems, and maybe we just we got what 30 minutes. What do you think, John? Or 20 minutes? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good with whatever you guys want.
What is your schedule, Nez? Are you doing
I'm gonna do a no strip, but it doesn't mean we can't do dog bowl.
Yeah. You know what? I like getting in my one stream one. How about we start getting let's do a dog ball and let's start getting the idea box rolling here. Can you guys go quick? Shit. I should have known when we started talking about it.
Well, everybody already piled it. They were pre-ordering.
Oh, we all got in. Beautiful. All right, we're good. I was gonna say we can start getting the idea box flowing. So once we hop over to pick'ems, we can efficiently do it.
Okay. Yeah, it's all right. I got time. I was just trying to be courteous of everybody else.
No, it's I'm doing good. I only get in, like, most of my dog bowls end up being on stream, and I was like, if I'm not doing one now, then let's see a few news updates. Miles Sanders to season-ending IR. CeeDee Lamb officially out. Brock Bowers not expected to play. Kevontae Turpin out for you Ryan Flournoy heads.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. Because, like, I really wanted it to be Tolbert week last week, and it wasn't. But I'm still holding out hope. That's more of a redacted play, but
I can't believe I got psyopsed into taking like 2 or 3 shares of Miles Sanders this year.
what are you to do? How were we to know that he was bad at football? There was no way of knowing.
There was no way of having a 5-year sample of that.
Javonte Williams looking like he does it has to be like the story of the year. I mean, he looks incredible.
It's very similar to the J.K. Dobbins stuff, where we all liked him as a prospect. We all liked him. Then the injuries piled up. Then he had one bad year because of the injuries. And then now he's like regained himself.
He had 2 bad years.
Yes, similar to the Tony Pollard one too.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me through what have been some of the big ADP movements we've seen in the 12-mans from opening. What are some of the other big metas this week?
The biggest one I think has been Rico. Rico opened like as a 2nd-round pick, and now he's like he goes in the 1st round almost every time. He still has an ADP of 14, but there was some like trepidation on whether or not like Chuba would go, and then we get him. I thought he was officially ruled out, but I guess not.
I thought he was this morning. This morning he's ruled out. Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I have a queue on the site. So, Rico's a really, really fast mover, just in terms of like by draft capital.
Yep. Speaking of
White
the devil, I did grab Javonte here from the 1-7. Nez has the 1-11. John has the 1-12. We have a few Dog Bowl 2025 qualifiers in here. Go AZ cards. We got Dan. We have the Dog Bowl, inaugural Dog Bowl champ in here as well from the 3-hole, Keurig.
Yeah.
Baby Stevie, who I believe qualified for the inaugural Dog Bowl as well, right?
Hoops Dog Bowl.
Hoops Dog Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I knew he was dog bowl involved.
Dog bowl adjacent?
I like picking next to John because I know that like John's not going to go for top of the queue ever. So this is like kind of nice. I feel pretty safe in terms of like what I can do here. So let me take a Mecha Ibuka and let John fend for himself.
Snap. Double snap right here.
Ooh, Devontae.
Way to show off your projection system, bro.
Are they actually projecting well? I haven't looked at anything this week in terms of. I'm going old school this week, guys. I should have led the show with this. I'm kicking it old school. I haven't looked at ETR. I haven't looked at anything this week, and I'm like 50 drafts in, and I'm just going like trust my stones, trust the cojones, because I've been playing too much like everybody else recently.
I love that.
I've forgotten my roots, man.
Yeah. This spot sucks.
Did Ted go already?
Yeah.
He did. Oh, yeah. Long gone. I think I'm going to... I hate doing it on like a deep tight end week, but I think I'll just play the tight end here because nothing else feels good to me.
Yeah, I got like 3 options when I'm where you are. And it's usually been a lot of digs for me.
Yeah.
I know everybody's, calling, it was revenge game last week, and he still isn't playing a lot of snaps, but he's still the number 1 target and should see a ton of opportunity against the Saints. So they're also not huge favorites against the Saints either. So I think they're going to need Diggs. I didn't really get to talk about him much because I was pretty adamant about him on Wednesday, but yeah, Diggs is a huge target of mine in the dog bowls.
I certainly like him more in the dog bowls too, where the ownership just isn't the factor with the kind of the tier breaks that there are in the 6-mans.
Right. Yeah. You can not sweat that because it doesn't matter as much. Exactly.
So I go Javonte, Warren, Nez goes Ibuka, Rico, John goes Rashad White, Devontae Adams.
Bad. Oh, Nez, I forgot about. I'm reading Trev's comment in the chat, and I have no idea what it means. But it made me think of Miles Sanders, where we had the no injury clause on the Chubb versus Sanders. Ooh, buddy.
Who you have Chubb?
Yeah. Just Chubb yardage versus Miles Sanders straight up. And then the other one's the Ibuka targets versus Golden targets. Minimum 10 games. That's the big dog entry one.
Yeah, you're crushing me on that one. But there's still time. Post-buy rookie bump for Golden.
There's still time for that one. Yeah.
Because a good thing it's not touchdowns. Because I would have already been pre-regging for the dog bowl if that was the bet. Yeah, this is such a different dog bowl than last week. Like last week we had all these Q tags before they actually were real outs, and there's like 6-round Rico available, 6-round Rashad available. Not a lot of value in the 6th round other than like wide receivers this week in dog bowl from what I've seen.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get
this QJ Q tag. What is it? What popped up? Hamstring?
Yeah, he's limited all week though. No downgrades. Seems like he's fine.
He was more warranting of a Q tag than Berg was all week, and he just didn't have one.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Let's see here. I'll play this Michael Carter, Tyler Warren here.
Yeah, Carter's ADP is so different over here.
I know, it's so funny. I was like, I could take Jalen Warren, but let's lean into the game here.
Nobody's really buying the Jalen. Well, Dan is, but not a lot of people are buying the Jalen Warren projection. Maybe it's because he got cleared from the injury report and made Dan have some more confidence. But one's buying it.
Yeah. You touched on it a little bit. Like, obviously, people are worried because Gainwell had the good game. But like pre-Gainwell, those first 3 weeks, like Warren had an elite role.
Very elite. Very elite. He had that role absolutely locked up and really kept Gainwell at bay. All right, let's just play the QJ spot against a bad defense here. Take a little bit of a discount.
Are you guys? I think I'm like, I was reading Dwayne was talking about like Herbert and the offensive line stuff, and then that total is so low. I've gotten like a little spooked on that spot.
It's an interesting spot, man, for sure. Like all three receivers project like okay. Nobody knows really what to do with them, but I'll chase those touchdowns that we saw of old. But yeah, Herbert doesn't even have a great passing yard projection on him. Like Stafford's the QB1 in terms of passing yards, and Herbert's right in the middle of that pack, basically, with like Dak and others here. It's weird.
I love that turn, man. Stafford with Adams and then Zay in there.
Tiki.
Love it.
All right, let's just play the big dog, Big Baker, Big Buka.
Big dog and Big Baker. That's so good.
Baker's the real big dog.
He's the real big dog. I've never heard that one before.
Baker's so awesome. He's just
fun.
a man.
We said this last week, because you hate football if you don't like Baker.
He's the greatest.
I'm low-key starting to feel the same way about Jackson Dart. Like, I only watched half of that game last night before the Puck game, but I'm starting to feel the same way about Jackson Dart and Scata Boys. Like, if you don't like those two ripping off their shirts and fucking nailing their heads against walls and like the swag ass necklace and stuff, like, you just hate good old boys playing ball.
Oh my God.
They're the 101 thesis for Jacob Sanderson's confidence is all that matters for QBs. You can extrapolate that to like all football players with that, because those guys just have they don't fear anything. Like they're so sweet.
That's why we were the Scata Boys mounting up the whole time. That guy was such a dude.
Yeah,
I overthought that toward the end, but yeah.
There was the
Primetime Palooza too.
Yeah.
The we all get our quarterbacks this round in round 4. Stafford to Adams, Baker to Igbuka. I went ahead after Drake Maye went ahead and grabbed Dimes to Warren there.
That was smart.
Little bit of a trend this week in terms of dog bowl dynamics, where the first couple weeks everyone was pushing quarterback to like the very last round, or you were taking elite in the 2nd/3rd round. New dynamic this week, just given like how people don't really like the flex positions and whatnot, that people are locking up their quarterback skinny stacks in the 4th round more frequently.
Same with tight end. Tight end's going way earlier. It's really the way it goes. When you eliminate all these good plays off the slate, like not only do we have fewer games, but it's also like worse teams. So it's like, it's really interesting in terms of like what's available to us.
Oh, Go AZ Cars says, thanks for the Dimes. But aren't you the AZ guy with Marv? I was leaving you Kyler. I thought I was doing you a favor there. Why, you don't have to be upset that I took Dimes.
This Pittman. Gotta stack Pittman.
This is how it is. If you want to signal to your draft mates, especially if they're streaming, you take the player you want to stack first at the 2-3 turn. So when I see Marvin Harrison, that's a clear preference order of which part of the stack you value more.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point.
That's on you, bro. That's on you.
That's on you, bro. Am I allowed to victory lap the Pittman versus Down stuff yet?
What do you mean?
Oh yeah. Pittman was my like second highest owned wide receiver this year. I really like I just wasn't buying the Whittle guy.
I mean, I think you can victory lap your exposure, but like they both had like identical ADPs, and I think Pittman even flipped Downs at the end of draft season.
That's true.
Also, I might be taking Josh Downs in this draft, so be careful what you're saying.
He absolutely looks like a pick for you.
Did you see my tweet this morning, or was I geolocationed out of mattering again? The Downs, like they've scored north of 30 points 3 times. They've scored north of 20 in every single game this year, and Downs hasn't eclipsed 8.4 fantasy points yet.
I did see that.
It's pretty crazy, man. That was kind of shocking. Because I was thinking of him as a scroll this week, and then when I was just like looking at it, I was like, whoa, this has been worse than I remember. I don't know. Maybe it's a schematic thing, because the knock on Daniel Jones was always that he only looks like right over the middle of the field, and like he only could throw like 11 yards downfield. I don't know. Maybe that's just where Pittman lives versus like Downs as more of a stretcher, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would say like watching. I mean, Downs looks good. They just have him like pigeonholed into that very specific role.
Right.
It's the Jaden Reed stuff, right? It's the Jaden Reed, Josh Downs, like per target basis, really explosive. This is an option. This is an option for me too. Alec Pierce playing this week as well.
Yeah, J-Cam took him on one of our drafts earlier this week. He was about it. I'm doing the damn thing, man. I'm buying into this little bit of a narrative here with T. Higgins practicing this week alongside Flacco, developing a little bit of a rapport.
I like that.
And then quarterback position, tight end position. I want to scroll all the way down and take like Johnny Smith, as I was saying, and like show off a little bit, or like take Michael Mayer because he's a good football player, but like fuck everything. We're going to the Dog Bowl, baby.
I almost
go to the Dog Bowl, baby.
I almost took him from you. I was really, really thinking about it.
Saying fuck everything is definitely what should be said when you take Taysom Hill, including this $25. Fuck that as well. Just kidding.
Just take it.
Yeah.
It's easy to take Taysom Hill on site credits, bro.
I think I have a show off play to make.
Okay. I'm excited.
I think I'm gonna roll up the sleeves on this polo here for this show off play. I might even pop my collar.
Oh,
PD pop collar. Let's go.
Oh, this is bully mode here.
Dontavian Wicks sighting. Holy.
Let's go.
Jalen Coker, baby.
Nice. That's fun.
That's how we show off.
Did you have a Javonte to start, right?
Yeah. So I have the Daniel Jones to Warren with the Carter bringback, Javonte Coker mini, one off Jennings. John has the Stafford to Adams, Zay bringback, Rashad White, T. Higgins, and of course the King, Taysom Hill. Nez finishes up that Baker double stack with a player. This is great value because I saw Kate Otten going in the Badge Bros Brawls, and like to get him in the 6th round of a dog bowl. That's great value. Baker Mayfield, Igbuka, Kate Otten, Ramondre, Rico, and QJ there.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was good.
Copper tuning in now was week 6 solved. We have sufficiently solved week 6. An hour and 16 minutes in here. I do
turn
believe.
The page.
Yeah. League of Items says Des put on a nose strip so Pete can shove you into the There you go. Yeah, sorry. Ow! I don't know what I'm oohing, but it feels appropriate.
There you go.
Yeah, what is the
I got one last question for you guys. The running back that could be like the scroll the F down, break the slate for dog bowl purposes only. Like what Bill has been 2 times now, like the guy who's going like routinely undrafted. I don't think we're going to get the Gainwell stuff with the Warren. Other stuff's contingent. Like who could it possibly be down here?
At what position?
That's
just
still
running
like
back.
I'll tell you who. It's Hassan Haskins. It's the input volatility spot of what if he's the lead back? What if Kamani Vidal is in the same doghouse he was last year? Right. And Hassan Haskins does a poor man's Rico Dowdle, 16 carries for 85 yards and 2 tutties.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, people forget that, the college rapport as well there, and like Michigan guy, and always liked him. And then just like that he got fed touches at the tail end of last year in some of those spots where there was no Gus Bus or whatever.
All right, guys.
I like that shout.
It's the time we've all been waiting for. Get our minds right. It's time to spice it up.
Pick'em, spicy margs. Spicy margs. Radioactive spice.
Let's spice it up. Slop it up.
Slop it up.
I mean,
slide.
Just permission to slide, Your Honor.
You sliders.
That's a 65X. That makes me feel things. Guys, I need a redemption week. I mean, I got taken a belt to my ass so hard with just little Noomy saying Boostober, Boostober, Boostober over and over again last week. I need to get off the schneid so bad. As I said on Portfolio Review, I need a winner. Guys, I need it.
I'm putting us back on track. All right.
Okay.
I got you. I got you covered. We starting off with the core as always.
Yes.
All right, man. We're going back to the Tony Pollard lower
Oh.
well. Oh, no way. That take you?
This one was so close last week.
Please tell me it's lower on the receiving yards.
No, just lower fantasy points. But
Okay.
do you want this? I got more.
If you have more, I will take this because I wanted
pass the baton to you.
I wanted to poo-poo all over Tony Redacted. It's doing well in the S words on unabated. The lowers in both fantasy points and receiving yards in particular because they think the Tajay Spears ramp up, the coach speak narrative, and the fact that he dunked on your dog bowl last week. We got to get redemption via this.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you got, Nez?
All right. Let me pivot here on a lower. I have a few up my sleeve. I don't want to do what I was about to do. Sorry. Let me look. Do you have one, Pete? Sorry. I don't want to do what I have. I'm going to
have to offset it with the boost, but Michael Pittman higher than 4.5 receptions. After John did that victory lap, I just felt so inspired to put him in here. He's cleared this the past 3 straight weeks, and this is just like such a good matchup for him to get 5 catches here.
Yeah, I like that. I think I'm going to go with the higher since John hit our lower quota here, and I'm going to go higher, 52.5 rush yards for Kenneth Walker.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. All right.
I was going to propose a Kenneth Walker slide later in the show, so I'm very aligned there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I really think that they want to establish it. I think they're going to be able to establish it because of the Jacksonville offense not actually being able to do anything, even despite the weak secondary for Seattle. So if that's the case, I think we see a hell of a game from Ken Walker. So that's my higher.
All right. Right as I was getting ready, the Pollard fantasy points are off. Are we getting front run by the off and on the clock audience again? Or is just even the mere adding to the cart right before checkout in Underdog's like, there's too many Tony Pollard lower fantasy points in the cart right now. We gotta run it.
This is messed up, man.
Jeez. Yes, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, so it's all coming to an end.
RIP.
All right, so we might have to circle back to this. I assume the Pollard stuff will be back up in a hot second, so I'm just going to open up another tab here and keep that open.
Okay.
You guys want to do a game?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Let's all suggest a game and then see if we can tie break it.
You want to all say it at the same time?
Yeah, kind of. Let me definitively get mine in my mind. Okay.
What's the format that we're saying?
You just say the one team name.
Say the favorite. Say the favorite in the game.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Patriots. Oh.
That went exactly as I hoped.
Oh my goodness.
That's
all right. Well, let's
start Rams. And then
I just wanted to do something with a Zay slide, and I thought playing some of the Rams stuff would be good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with either receptions on Zay. Like 9 receptions is a 4.5x. If you slide him to 100 yards, you're at 3.69. I kind of like the reception angle.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
What do you guys think? 8.5 is a. I mean, I'm getting out. I'm going full blown slide. Permission to slide your owner, or for this game stack, do you want to keep this a little more tame?
I think if we're gonna play just 2, it's fine to go to the 8.5. I think if we're gonna play 3, we go to the 7.5.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to the Ram slide, and then we can figure out like which price makes sense here. And Zay is not out, sir. Please don't pass along that kind of information. All right, so I just want to get confused. So you went from Zay is out to Zay is questionable. Do you want to say Zay is really healthy? And all right,
One more time.
Who do you guys want in here for the Rams?
I think Puka yardage slide makes a lot of sense alongside it, and then a higher on a touchdown score from Adams or Kyron.
Yeah.
How far do you slide Puka? Because his base projection's 100 yards.
Ooh, that's a little, yeah.
You probably just take him to like 120.
Yeah.
You probably let Zay do most of the work here.
Mhm.
The other angle I was looking at for Adams that I've been liking is longest reception for him.
That one has been popping in the S words for the last like 3 weeks.
It has.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, he's been catching bombs. Is 35 too much?
Yeah, I like 29.5.
Yeah. So that even Zay at 7.5, Puka at 120, Adams catches a 30-yarder. That's a 30x.
What happens if you bring Zay down 1 catch?
Zay down 1 catch to 6.5. What? I'm telling you, we keep getting rugged in here.
That's crazy.
Ugh. Accept the update.
Back.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh no, what did we take Adams to?
29.
That's a pretty big hit. That cuts it in half for 1 reception.
Okay, yeah, let's take the reception then.
And now Puka's gone. I mean, this is a game of whack-a-mole right here.
Unbelievable, man.
There we go. All right, there we go. All right.
Cool.
There's our first one. We can go back and see if this Pollard one is back.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if I'm getting unlimited. I should be getting unlimited boosts after my performance last week.
I don't know if it's
right
unlimited this week or these right with these ones.
Yeah, I want to make sure I save it for the core here in my main boost. All right, Ramsey here. Let's go back and see if this Pollard stuff is back.
No.
Not yet.
Mm-mm.
Their Underdog is worried about losing their shirt over Tony Pollard lowers.
It's been a print fest.
They're like, these guys just shovel it into the fire with the hires. The one time, it's at Jeremy's mansion right now. A siren is going off and on the clock, guys. Just put a lower in.
Shut it down.
Rudman slides down a fireman's pole, grabs his axe.
But he's holding Numi. Take it down.
All right, where else do we want to go here? Do we want to do some of those other games?
We could still play the Tony redacted one and just play the lower on the receiving yards instead of the fantasy points and make.
I don't
that
want to
cool.
capitulate. They're gonna put it back up in the next 5 minutes, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, let's just keep having fun, and then we'll see.
Let's do Nez's game. Let's do the Patriots one.
Cool.
What is it that you want to slide there, Nez?
So I want to slide. I guess I forgot we were sliding. I was more or less just kind of like looking to have some fun here. But let's slide.
Let's just have some fun and do a game correlation one. Then what was it that you were like?
Well, let's play it this way. We'll do Rashid Shaheed to score a touchdown.
Okay.
Sure, why not? Let's slide Olave. Let's do. His receptions are already high.
That is such a juicy number for. I guess would say I would hope it was 5.5 based on his performance lately.
Yeah, that's frothy.
Yeah, so I think if you just slide him to 80 receiving yards and just hope that he's a little more efficient on those catches.
Yeah.
Play that, and then
Ramondre TD.
Ooh, throw that in there.
What's Drake May on the ground versus Ramondre on the ground?
Ramondre's 1.05. If you need any confirmation he's a good scroll in BR, 1.05x on that TD.
Mm-hmm.
1.41 for May. That's a good call.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, put him over Ramondre.
What do you think, Nez? It's a 15x for those three with Drake May's 1.4.
I think this is fine, man. I think we just play it this way. It's hard to do too much more with this. I like all three of these pieces a lot, so I think we just play it like this.
All right. Let's do it. I like these cheeky little 3-man games here. As always, dropping them in the chat. I'll put them in the description. I'll drop them in the Badge Bros channel. If you can't find links to these pick'ems, then you don't have access to the internet. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a quick Pollard check once more. Nope, they're scared. John, what was your game? Seahawks. Let's do our third so we all get our game stack in here.
Sure. Let me take a look. See here. I kind of like playing the Trevor Lawrence side of it, and then using like JSN as like the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
So like doing Trevor Lawrence like 2 passing touchdowns, and then doing yardage for like Hunter and BTJ, and you could slide both BTJ and Hunter, and then the other side of the equation being like JSN.
Dude, Brian Thomas being projected or having a line of 2 less catches than Olave is that's some shit right there. I mean, but I love the slides. Like, what do you want to take him up to? Like 6 or 7, 8?
If we're going catches, I'd probably only go 6.5. But if we're doing the yardage, I'd probably go to 100.
2.11 versus a 2.11 equivalent would be in between. Yeah, you'd need 8. Yeah, 100 yards there.
I like that, John.
What did you like for Hunter? Maybe do you want to go catches with Hunter?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me
3.5. That's our 5th round pick right there.
Let's just leave it at 3.5. Not even slide it. Just tack on the 3.5 and then go to the JSN and or Walker and or touchdown on the other side. Like, I don't know. Sharp's getting all that goal line stuff is kind of concerning me. Sharps is 107 to score a touchdown.
I know. I think if I do Walker, I like the yardage slide angle.
Okay, then I'd rather do JSN because I think the ground matchup isn't as nice. So sliding JSN
really?
From like
I was reading Ian stuff. The Jags have been way more of a run funnel.
Ooh. That's not how I've been playing it this week. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to do whichever you guys want to do between Ken Walker slide or JSN slide.
Let me just pull this up to make sure that I'm not talking out of school, but I'm pretty sure when he posted it earlier this week, that's what it was. But yeah, I'm good with either one. I just wanted to make sure I had that straight on the on their.
You know what's another sneaky injury report one that I was noticing this morning is Tootin's been on the injury report all week as well. Like just for ETN. Just for ETN in our draft game stuff, because ETN's technically a scroll. He's RB12 this week, and like we like the game environment, but Tootin's been limited.
Yeah, so Jags 3rd overall in EPA, much better against the pass, and then 24th against the run.
Okay, let's do it. Let's bank on Ken Walker getting outside the tackle box and ripping off one of those long outside zones.
So if you do them just straight, it's 52.5. If you want to get a little frisky, you could get him to like 65 and get this up to a 25. We could get more frisky. What do you guys think?
That feels good.
65?
Yeah.
Okay,
so this is Lawrence, 2 tutties. Brian Thomas clears the century mark. Travis Hunter just does just the absolute bare minimum and catches 4 balls. Like, if you can't do that for us in week 6, you're dead to me. And Kenneth Walker breaks off 1 and gets to 65. Easy game.
Sounds good to me. Parker Washington, for what it's worth, the 2nd week in a row that he's been popping in Cardi's stuff, but I think that might just be not adjusting for De'Ami Brown and or Travis Hunter's volatility yet. But just for what it's worth, that one's popping in the unabated stuff.
Yeah. I think that's a good shout. He was Parker Washington was looking good in the road of his matchup rater when I was looking at it earlier too. All right, I'll look again. Pollard still not back. They might just be Tony Pollard off the board. Not happening.
Not on our board.
So, I mean, we could do one more, or should we just build this and make sure we get the core in?
So we had Ken Walker,
Pittman,
Michael Pittman. You said you like receiving yards for lower for Pollard, John?
Unabated stuff does. What has? Let me just confirm what we're dealing with Tajay Spears this week. Like the talk has been bullish that like, hey, we'll slowly ramp him up. Limited, full today. Okay, so yeah, let's give Tajay some of that receiving work. I mean, the problem is if you paint a negative game script, like it's not the best in the world. But do we think like
Can I propose scrimmage yards? Just lower 68.5 scrimmage yards.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of like 2 birds, 1 stone there. Gives us a little more leeway.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
I like it.
All right. I'm going to boost this here. Gets us up to the good 6x, which we're normally in range for these cores. So here it is. Kenneth Walker higher than 52.5. Michael Pittman, 4.5 receptions. Tony Pollard lower than 68.5 scrimmage yards. They can try to take our Tony Pollard fantasy points lower, but they cannot take our lower scrimmage yards from us. I mean, they can, but they haven't yet. Okay. Let's see. I got time for like
private chat as well, please, Pete.
Yep.
Okay. Let's should we get a little just like a little crazy? Like not too crazy, but like little crazy?
Yeah, no, I need some craziness. We need to hit a bomb.
All right. Can we get Tetaroa McMillan?
Yep.
Sir?
John's gonna sit this one out.
I know. He wants nothing to do with this.
Catches?
I was gonna say 100 receiving yards.
The only thing is he's been so 100 receiving yards is what? 1.7. I mean, even just getting to 8 catches is 2.23. But
yeah, 8 catches.
His targets have been so good. 10, 8, 8, 8.
I'll concede.
I don't want you to concede. I want you to feel joyful that you're getting a higher.
No, dude, it's Tetaroa week, man. I'm playing this with pride, with my chest.
Okay,
this should be. I like to hear. This is too cheap.
Do we want to play the other side then, the Dallas stuff to go alongside it, Nez?
This is just like a free for all at this point.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, okay. Let's get everybody's like favorite slide in here. So we got Nez's 2.23. What do you want, John?
Calvin Ridley. Just slide the yardage.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 79 gives us what?
That's nice.
Yeah, let's do
Permission to just go back to my Zay, and maybe I'll do yards this time just to split how we're playing him.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Look at this. I'm just going to take Zay to 80, same as Calvin. So Tet, 7.5 receptions, Ridley 80 yards, Zay 80 yards for just keep it together. 53.77x.
So conceivable.
I heard they're calling this the crazy eights.
Hang on. You know what I actually want to say, guys? This isn't even that crazy. I mean, I'm looking at
Say the line, Bart.
I mean, this looks like a 6x to me.
No, this is
that said, I will be scaling down my unit size to $15.
No judgment.
I like Jake showed in the chat there. Rachaad White receptions. That looks pretty good too. Good shout in the chat, I think.
Let's build I like the Rachaad White receptions, but we're kind of in the let's get crazy portion of the show.
Yeah, I need something.
Private chat, please.
Touchdown? Yes, sorry.
Print the shirts next week.
Permission to not post these in the private chat, Your Honor.
Rachaad White receptions. What we got to get this to like 5 for a 1-1x, like at least something above.
All right, let's play this game because you guys were talking about San Fran stuff too. Let's do a little.
Okay.
What do you want to take him? 6 catches?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I mean, 4.5 is just basically even money. So if you're getting the slide, and then what do you guys? You got Tongass fever?
Yeah, like a Tongass touchdown, a Mac Jones something, and then like CMC receptions or receiving yards.
Yeah, because even last week, I'm trying to see, like, does he even clear this without a touchdown, like the 7.55? It's pretty much a touchdown for him, right?
He's put together like 50 yards and 40 yards and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right.
I just like the
close.
touch. I do like the touchdown though, because it's like so much larger.
Yeah, the chat is also going crazy for some Trey Tucker. I do feel like this needs either Otten or Trey Tucker. Nez, you were high on the Otten stuff.
I do like Otten. What's he? Yeah, I haven't even checked his stuff.
1.35, 6.85 fantasy points, 3.5 receptions.
I like his receptions. I wouldn't even like slide it. I would just say just
That's
base
a little
receptions.
15x. A little 15x there for the boys.
Berta.
All right. There you go. I'm going to go private chat first so John doesn't lose it.
Yeah, I want to get the good numbers before the chat gets them.
That's right. All right. Last one for me. Let's do a touchdown one.
Okay.
I'm bleeding EV every single time you don't you give it to the chat first.
I got you on a touchdown.
Like a dog bowl style touchdown one where we're trying to get 40, 50x range.
Go throw Devon Achane in here. You're not going to believe this.
Oh no.
1x.
This?
Just 1x for a touchdown.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay. All right. That is simple. So simple. Win. All right. But now we have to do the part that gets it to 50x.
I've got another 1xer.
Okay. Hang on. How about this? I just want to see. Don't shoot the messenger. We were just talking about the Parker Washington stuff. Had a touchdown against KC. They like him in the red zone.
Was he 2x?
0 feedback. Okay. All right.
Oh, if we were just leaving it at 2 of them, I thought you were just gonna fire that one from the hip and be like, okay, that was just like a good one. And then
no, I'm trying to get us to like a good TD payout.
That's a good way to get us there. Throw them in there.
That's what I was trying. All right. What's the third one?
I mean, we got more to add, but like Rico is 1x as well to score a touchdown. Like these guys just, I don't think should be 1x. I think they should be lower than 1x. Not to give direct feedback to the overlords here, but I just think that this is a very fair price.
I like it. You know who else I kind of wanted to look at? We haven't talked about the Njoku tight end is always. Oh my, that is insane. Njoku should not be 2.6. Someone agree with me on this.
Okay. No, I agree with you. I agree. Here's the last.
Higher than Parker Washington?
That doesn't. I want to take Parker Washington out because I'm offended by this Njoku.
Okay, use the Njoku one, and then here's your last one. Michael Carter 1.26.
Okay. That gets it to 32.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
That'll make him move.
All right.
Don't dupe us. No,
please do. But I mean, like, I'm God forbid I would put this in the dog bowl. I'll be having 100x in there.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
All right. There you guys go. Like I said, I will post these in the Badge Bros Discord and in the show description as well. Whoa, I completely forgot. This is how good we are at marketing our course. We said, hey, we wanted to do a giveaway for the Underdog Masterclass this week. And this is how you do it. We're going to give away 2 courses, one via my comment section and one via the Badge Bros. So you can double enter. You can even split your entries if you want. Build a 3 touchdown pick'em. You don't actually have to build it. Just tell us who you think 3 touchdown scores, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 3 touchdown scores. If you are correct, then you will be entered to spin. So if you go really easy, if you go HN or whatever, then there'll be a bunch of people who do it. I'm trying to think, should we have like a uniqueness element to it, guys? Or should we just have it be if you get 3 right, you get eligible for the drawing?
I think if you just get 3 right, I think it's going to be hard enough to get 3 right that
yes,
the uniqueness combination we'll figure out after.
Yes. And yes, go AZ cards. You can once again enter it and give it to someone else if you win. Mm-hmm. So in the comments, again, 2 places to put it. Just put like, if this was it, you want to do Achan, Rico, Michael Carter, boom. Those guys, 3 guys score. If 10 people get it right, then 10 people will have a chance. If only 2 people get it right, 2 people, etc. So you get 2 chances to enter comment section, Badge Bro section. Sometimes people don't follow the rules. This is all you need to do. Write 3 player names that you think will score a touchdown in the comments. That's
Easy
it.
game.
Easy game. All right. Anything else from you guys?
No strip nets.
Yeah, no strip tonight. Doing more dog bowls. Probably 10 p.m. Central. So I know it's a little late, but that's the best time that I can get those in. So hang out with me if you want to draft some dog bowls and blast off more pick'ems.
Yep. I will be back tomorrow night for After Dark with Drew Dinkmeyer. Excited to do a show with him. We always meet up annually around this time. He's got the Welly Maker drive going. We'll talk week 6 DFS slate as well. People asking about the dog bowl pick'em qualifier. If you don't get the token in your account naturally, they will post a form that you can fill out. I retweeted it last week again. I'm pretty sure most people at this point, if you've done it once before, you'll get the token automatically. And if not, look for the form and we'll share it in the Discord and on Twitter as well.
Yep.
All right. And yes, real quick on the TD thing, you just have to have it in before lock. If an entry comes in after 1 p.m. Eastern, you aren't eligible.
It ain't happening.
No fake future time travelers here.
Yep.
Anything else, John?
No. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to those who celebrate alongside me. And go M's tonight. Biggest game in franchise history.
There you go. Happy Thanksgiving. John, be sure if you guys haven't, check out Underdog Masterclass. We have that free preview up for the swap course. So if you just go to underdogmasterclass.com, sign up for the free preview. You can check that out for more in-depth stuff there. Otherwise, if you haven't got the course, 10% off with promo code BADGE. Otherwise, best of luck with the touchdown giveaway. For John, for Nez, I'm Pete. We'll see you guys next time on Off and On the Clock.